Hey, Shalom, coming to the name of Yahweh Hashem Yeshai, Bahashem Racha Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and salutes to the Hakim that continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. Now, I had referenced this particular scene from the movie Jesus of Nazareth, as it's named, actually the immediate video I'd just done, previous video on my channel, which stresses the point of the spirit of prophecy and prophesying as we are commanded to do. Now, I referenced this scene out of the movie, and of course we excuse the name Jesus, and we excuse the characters used. I can't remember the names of the other key players, or actors I should say, but the person who played Jesus, or Yahushua, which is Jesus here, is an actor by the name of Robert Powell, and he looks like a straight up Edomite. I could be wrong, but I believe through the Spirit he's a Jake, although he looks like a straight up Edomite. I do believe he was a Jake. Okay, now as I said that in my previous video, I referenced this particular scene, and it struck me, and I wanted to play it and actually also make a correction, because as you can see in the title here, whoever Thomas Smith is, his channel, he uploaded this scene, and as it says here in the Latin in the title, ecce homo. Now, in my previous video, I referenced it. It's been around maybe 9-10 years. Actually, it's been about 12 years since I watched this video, this whole movie. I used to watch it quite a lot, but it's been around 12 years since I watched this video. And I got the phrasing wrong. I said jehechemo, but it's really ecce homo. Ecce homo in Latin, which is to say, behold a man. But yeah, I just wanted to make that correction. And also I wanted to play this, hopefully I don't get copyright, and make some commentary on this. And as I said, of course, you excuse the name Jesus, as we know the Lord's name is not Jesus, it's Yahushua. And of course the image of the so-called white man playing Jesus, which I said Robert Powell, the actor, brilliant actor by the way, but I believe him to be a Jake. But nonetheless, it's not accurate according to the image of the Lord, so excuse the image. But aside from those points, it's a brilliant movie. But I'm just going to play this scene. As I said, hopefully I don't get done for copyright. And I want to bring out a scripture or two. And by the way, as I always bring out, the scripture says, by his stripes we are healed. That's the whipping the Lord got. That served multiple purposes. I'll just name two. One of the purposes of the Lord's whipping was for him paying, when he was Solomon, building gods and building temples unto the pagan deities, the false gods of his wives of his other nations. Okay, another reason for the Lord's whipping, and there's more than two reasons, but two of the main reasons. That was number one, and number two, every single time we receive healing, it comes at a price, and it says by his stripes we are healed. So when you pray to the Lord for healing, that healing is at the expense of the Lord being hideously whipped. And it was worse than this, but it's just a movie. Now, this is the prophecy. This scene, which they're acting out quite well, is a prophecy in Psalms chapter 22, verse 16, and it says, "For dogs have surrounded me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierce my hands and my feet." The scriptures say that a band of soldiers, which is around 100 soldiers, some of them whipped him, some of them hit him with sticks, others of them spat in his face and slapped him and punched him, made jokes and jeered, and basically bullied and ambushed the Lord. They jumped him, basically, and took the piss, as that scene is portraying. That's actually a fulfillment of prophecy, for dogs have surrounded me. Those dogs are talking about the Romans when they ambushed the Lord and whipped him and mocked him. And of course, they pierced my hands and my feet. That's when they took him out of just outside of the temple walls. Temple walls, so like the city walls of Jerusalem, and crucified him on a nearby hill called Golgotha, which means the place of a skull. Here we go. And by the way, Pilate's wife had a dream that this man is innocent and that he should have no dealings with his death. This is the reason why Pilate, according to the Roman goodwill law, that there came a time of year when you had a couple of prisoners, one would be let go free or set free as an act of goodwill from the emperor. From Caesar, on behalf of the Roman government. And because they couldn't come to a decision who to kill, because Pilate really didn't want to execute the Lord, so he said, okay, we'll let the people decide. And they took another prisoner, who was a Jew, Barabbas, a theft and a murderer, and or a thief and a murderer. And the people cried, free Barabbas, basically. And let the blood of this man, talking of Yahushua, be on us and our children. So Yahushua called for a bowl of water. And he said, I wash my hands of this man's blood, because his wife had a dream to say he's innocent and basically have no dealings with his death. And this actor here is Pilate. You see, because they thought that, and that's it on that, but they thought that by whipping the Lord, that would wake him up. They thought he was under a strong delusion. You know, he thinks he's a king, this and that. If we give him a hideous whipping, that will snap him out of it, you know. But that just made the Lord tap even deeper into the spirit. And if you can bear it in the spirit, although the Lord was in agonizing, excruciating pain, from the moment they arrested him to the moment he said it's finished on the cross, he went through that whole ordeal in a meditative state. Alright? Because the spirit was willing. The flesh is weak, he said, but the spirit is willing. From the moment they arrested him in the Garden of Gethsemane until he had his last breath on the cross and said, it's finished, then the scripture says he made a loud cry. And then he gave up the spirit. From the start to the finish of that whole passion, that whole ordeal, that whole test of his that he had to walk alone, the Lord went through it in a meditative state. Okay? Because he knew his purpose. Alright? And that's the line I want to pull some scriptures where, you know, obviously it's all dramatized, but it's still heavy. When Pilate said, who are you? What are you? And that's the thing. These Edomites, they're really scared of us because they have our credentials. They know where we live. They know our government names. This is the point of the lesson. But deep, deep down, they really don't understand what is our driving essence. They can't tap into our driving essence. There's no vax, no jab, no chip, no zip, no nothing that can put a tag on our driving force. Who are you? What are you? They can't tap into that. They can't. Okay? Alright? You must be born. And you're only going to have this power through the Spirit over Satan being born again. John 3:3. Yahushua answered and said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Okay? You've got to be born again of the Spirit. Alright? That which is Spirit is Spirit. John 3:6, 3 verses further down. That which is born of the flesh is flesh. And Esau's a carnal man. He's fleshly. And that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. There's no intertwining. You're either one or the other. This is why we push being spiritual, because that is one of the major edges. That's one of the strongholds that, you know, Esau can't break down. He can't tap into that. Who are you? What are you? Alright? And as Yahushua said, I'm going to get it. You would have no power over me. And this is, I got one of my friends calling me. I don't ever get calls. Then you do a video, you get a call. This is John 19:11. Yahushua answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me unless it were given thee from above. Okay? So there's no, all the power that these people have, right? Be it of our own people in wickedness, be it of the Edomites, whatever the case may be, is all given from above. He who gives has the ability to take. When the Lord takes Esau out of the power seat, that is when the whole world and Esau himself will see the Lord was always with us. So I'll wrap it up on this. In your weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Okay? So when it looks like you, because Yahushua looked weak, got whipped up, slapped up, punched up, spat on, laughed at, crown of thorns on his head, crucified. He looked weak. But in your weakness, the Lord Yahweh Shemaiah's strength is made perfect, man. So even in our weakness, we are strong, man. We're strong. We're the strongest force on the earth, the hopeful elect. We just have to hold fast and wait for the Lord to make it manifest upon the earth. And who first will get their glory? Yahweh Shai. And then the elect in their order on down. So stay strong, brothers, and a few sisters out there. Who are you? What are you? We are the hopeful elect of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Ba'ashem Echad HaKodash. Shalom.